People think the worst betrayals come from enemies. But the truth is, the deepest wounds are caused by those we trust the most. This is the story of a girl who smiled on the outside while her world silently fell apart inside, until the day she decided she would break the chains herself. Amara always believed that family was the safest place in the world, a shelter where the storms of life could never reach her. Her childhood was filled with laughter, shared secrets, and long afternoons playing in her grandmother's courtyard. And among all her cousins, Ryan had always been closest to her. They grew up like siblings, spending summers building paper boats and winters telling stories beside the heater. She trusted him more than anyone. To her, he was someone who would always protect her. But as they grew older, Ryan began to change in ways she never expected. The kind, warm boy she once knew slowly turned into someone she didn't recognize. Harsh in tone, manipulative with words, and carrying a strange sense of power over her. At first, Amara tried to ignore it, brushing aside the discomfort creeping into her heart. She told herself he was just stressed, just going through something, or maybe she was overthinking. But the truth was far darker. Ryan had learned to use her trust as a weapon. He mocked her dreams, controlled her decisions, and emotionally pushed her into corners where she felt she had no escape. He made her feel guilty for things she never did, weak for fears she never chose, and small for reasons she never understood. His words slowly wrapped around her like invisible chains, chains that didn't bruise her skin but bruised her soul. Amara stopped sharing things with friends because she feared they would misunderstand. She didn't confide in her mother because she didn't want to create fights between families. So she chose silence, heavy, suffocating silence, believing that maybe if she endured enough things would get better. But silence is not peace. It is a quiet scream trapped inside the heart. Every night she lay awake staring at the ceiling, her thoughts running uncontrollably, her chest tight as if someone had placed a stone on it. She wondered why life had changed so painfully. She wondered what she had done to deserve such treatment from someone she once loved as a brother. She wondered when this invisible nightmare would end. Ryan's emotional manipulation grew worse. He twisted her fears, threatened to embarrass her, told her no one would believe her if she spoke up, and claimed she was too weak to stand against him. Each word carved a wound, and each wound pushed her deeper into loneliness. But even in the heaviest darkness, a spark of strength still lives inside us. Small, trembling, but alive. Amara didn't know when that spark began growing, but one night, after yet another painful encounter, she looked at herself in the mirror and didn't recognize the girl staring back. The girl she saw looked tired, drained, and broken in places no one could see. In a voice barely above a whisper, she told herself a single word: enough. That word changed everything. She realized she couldn't continue living in fear. She couldn't give someone else so much power over her life. She needed to reclaim herself, but she had to be smart. Rushing into confrontation would only create more trouble. Ryan was unpredictable, and his manipulation wasn't something she could expose without proof. So she made a plan. Quietly, carefully, wisely. She began documenting everything. Messages, comments, threats, moments where he emotionally hurt her. She wrote down dates, saved screenshots, and kept a hidden record of the mental pressure he put her through. She didn't tell anyone at home, but she sought support where it was safe, at school. She confided in her teacher, Ms. Helen, a gentle woman known for listening without judgment. Amara didn't share every detail, but enough to make Ms. Helen understand that she was being emotionally abused by someone in the family and felt unsafe telling her parents directly. Ms. Helen supported her, reassured her, and helped her understand that what she was facing was real, serious, and undeserved. For the first time in months, Amara felt understood. She felt seen. She felt like her voice mattered. Slowly she grew stronger. She began setting mental boundaries, refusing to let Ryan's words control her thoughts. She learned to see through his manipulation and realized his power came not from strength, but from her silence. And she was done being silent. Weeks later, at a family gathering, Ryan tried again to emotionally corner her, to make her feel helpless like before. But this time was different. Amara didn't shake. She didn't cry. She didn't step back. She simply looked straight at him, calm and steady, and said, "I know what you're doing. And it ends now." The confidence in her voice unsettled him. He tried to brush it off, but something in her eyes told him she wasn't afraid anymore. She walked away from him with a sense of power she had never known before. The chains that once held her were slowly breaking. not because someone rescued her but because she was rescuing herself. Over the next few days she carefully shared her documented proof with a trusted elder in her family. Her uncle, a fair and kind-hearted man who had always been like a second father to her. She didn't accuse Ryan emotionally, she simply presented the truth. The family was shocked. They had always believed Ryan to be respectful and sensible, but the evidence shattered his fake image. He was confronted, strictly warned, and kept away from Amara completely. The elders ensured he had no communication or influence over her anymore. For the first time in a long while, Amara felt safe. She felt like she could breathe again. She realized she was stronger than she ever believed. Her silence was not weakness, it had been survival. Her speaking up was not shameful, it was courage. Healing wasn't instant. Some days she felt powerful, other days she felt tired. But healing is not a straight line. She continued meeting Ms. Helen for emotional guidance. She reconnected with friends she had slowly pushed away. She started reading again, journaling her feelings, taking walks, and rediscovering pieces of herself that had been lost in the shadows of fear. She learned that emotional wounds take time but they fade. She learned that people can break you but they can also help you rebuild. And she learned that the strongest healer in her journey was herself. Through her pain she discovered wisdom. Through her struggle she discovered resilience. Through her silence she discovered a voice louder than fear. And deep within she understood the greatest truth of all. The worst things people do to you do not define you. How you rise after them does. Amara's story is a reminder that even when life feels unbearable, even when someone tries to break your spirit, there is always hope. There is always strength inside you. There is always a way forward. And sometimes, the bravest decision you can make is simply refusing to let anyone make you feel small. You deserve safety. You deserve respect. You deserve peace. And you deserve a life where your voice is heard. Moral of the story. People may try to hurt you, manipulate you, or make you doubt yourself, but courage grows in silence and strength grows in the heart. Never let someone else decide your worth. Never stay silent when your soul needs protection. And never forget that even the quietest person can rise with incredible power when they choose themselves. If this story touched your heart, then don't forget to follow HOPECRAFT YT, where every story inspires courage, heals the heart, and reminds you that you are stronger than your struggles.